I'm a little sick of doing this for you, but I need to come in here and explain where we're at in this story. Because it's actually a really important moment. We're at the part of the story where the protagonists don't know it yet, but all that lies ahead is misery. You know in a Looney Tunes cartoon when the coyote is chasing the roadrunner, and the roadrunner takes a sharp turn before Coyote realizes it, and he goes running off a cliff, and somehow he keeps running for a while before falling? There's no ground below him, but the coyote hasn't fallen yet because he doesn't realize that it's actually already all over for him. That's where we are right now. In that brief period of time before the coyote looks down and gravity begins to actually take hold, pulling him down towards the rocks and breaking every bone in his body. We're in free fall right now, but we don't even know it yet. The momentum of what's come before us is still propelling us forward, and the game is just looking back at Jeff and Ryan saying, quote, "Meep meep," end quote. Or should that quote have been, "Work, work." But the thing about the coyote is that he can't be killed. No matter how bruised he gets, no matter how many sticks of dynamite blow up in his face, he picks himself back up and he chases after what he will never catch. Because it's too late. The coyote can no longer deny who he really is. A sucker. Welcome to No One Can Know About This, a podcast where we play every Final Fantasy. I'm Jeff Ekman.
And I'm Ryan Kazmiski.
And here we go, Season 4, Episode 37.
The Disc 3 extravaganza continues.
Yes. Last week we fucked around in the Forest of the Ancients and didn't really have the best time.
Yeah, there was a lot of chasing Ultimate Weapon around the map, and then the Forest of the Ancients, which once you started reading me the directions, we got through okay.
That's
but
true.
There was a lot of frustration to begin with.
Major breakthrough. We know the deal with limit breaks. We are officially unlocking the second level limit break.
Yeah.
And this week we're gonna start looking at Emerald Weapon and going, what do we have to do?
Well, I think we're going to have our first visit with the Kalm Traveler, who's sort of like the NPC that gives you, like, the very final quests, like the final pieces to put it together to beat Emerald Weapon.
I think we go check in with him himself, too.
Yeah, we think we do.
So, is there any further ado?
I mean, you know, we've been watching these Godzilla movies.
Oh, yeah. Those are pretty fun.
If you hadn't, you should maybe check out some old Toho Godzilla movies.
Let me specifically recommend Godzilla versus Ghidorah, the one from the 90s.
The 90s.
Go see that one, because holy shit, it's got a time travel story with the humans that is absolutely insane, and it is wall-to-wall hilarious and awesome. So, yeah, let's recommend Godzilla versus Ghidorah for no fucking reason. And let's get started.
Let's
started on the episode. As much of a whirlwind as this is, I'm going to look back on this whole experience very fondly at this cabin.
Oh, me too.
This was fucking awesome.
This was a lot of fun. Oh, I need to stop for a while.
So you did it. You did the ancient forest.
Yep.
We did the Jello Mountain. The Mountain of Jello.
We sure did.
And we were concerned about that for a long ass time. Alright. Fuck. The more I think about it, the more ludicrous I think it is that we would have not have completed that many fights. The game fucking
right, but
we
I
were
was just going like
we were being gaslit. It's like the power of gaslighting. Like it's amazing. What do I want to do?
I don't know.
We could go get the key.
Yeah, the key.
Right. Bone Village.
It's on the northern continent.
What's that red thing?
Oh, that might be Ruby Weapon.
Yeah, out near the gold saucer, there's now like a little red worm like wriggling around in the sand. Yeah, that's Ruby Weapon.
Yeah, I think that's Ruby Weapon.
Oh, that's one of
I think that's the hardest one.
Oh. Ooh. Okay, so we know one's in the desert, one's in the underwater. But we can't do the weapons right now. So we go to Bone Village. It's the normal treasure.
Yeah, we're gonna get the key to Midgar so we can go back and get like Tifa's final limit break or her ultimate weapon or something.
Something like that.
And just to go revisit all the old spots.
Yeah, your old faves. The key to Sector 5. I want to point out that the key to Sector 5 opens a door with a big number 7 on it.
Does it? It doesn't have a 5?
No, I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Let me check that right
I don't think it could have a 7 because Sector 7 gets crushed. It does have a 7. You're right. Huh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've seen this image so many times. I'm like, it says 07.
These developers must be so embarrassed.
Man, I wish we had searched for that back then. That would have been so delicious to have found. Don't do the normal treasure, huh?
I know.
I could have really fucking thrown it in your face like a goddamn asshole.
And I still would have been like, I just want to go the fuck to sleep.
I know, like you wouldn't have taken
matter.
it at all, and I would have been like, God damn it.
Like, it has nothing to do with whether or not you'll find something.
And
I
I'm like,
do it right now.
I know, and I'm gonna be like, dude, how happy are you that I did it?
Oh, it would have been
You're
great.
gonna be like,
right. I think we can just go in.
But I got the key to Sector 5, not 7.
Yeah, for some reason it's the 7 door, but we're only gonna have access to Sector 5.
So we go back into Midgar. Mm-hmm. The door to the slums is open, and we're walking past Aerith's church.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Huh. Well, look at what we have here.
Oh, man.
What is this?
It's the church where we met Aerith.
Oh, shit. Oh! With the fucking flowers that we fell through the sky. Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
You can tell that I haven't been playing the beginning of this game over and over and over again since I was a kid, because otherwise I would immediately recognize Aerith's church.
I know, and I'm totally like, you don't recognize this building you saw that one time? I'm like, I see it in my dreams. Like,
so we go into her church, and there's a couple of kids, like, with a flower patch.
Mm-hmm. Hey, where's the flower lady?
She's dead. Did nobody tell these kids?
Hang on a second. Ryan, you just noticed Aerith is here in the church for a second.
There's a weird thing in here that we didn't notice somehow when we were playing it, and that's that Aerith's ghost is, like, in the church.
Yeah, she's there picking flowers for a moment, and then as you walk up to her, she disappears, and then this person's line of dialogue of, hey, where's the flower lady, isn't just like, hey, Cloud, where isn't she supposed to be with you? It's like, she was right here picking flowers with us a second ago.
She's like gonna haunt the church and be like the flower ghost.
What a terrifying idea for all those children.
No, she'll be a nice ghost, a luck ghost or something, you know?
Anyway, that's pretty cool.
Oh man, you want to hear some bullshit?
Yes.
Barrett's ultimate weapon is called Missing Score, and it can be found when the team returns to Midgar to fight Dr. Hojo. The chest containing Missing Score can only be seen and obtained if Barrett is in your party. Unfortunately, there's no way to return to this area of Midgar if you miss picking it up.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. Luckily, it doesn't matter that much.
Well, he is one of the 3 people that we take to the final bosses, so...
Was he in our party when we went back to Midgar?
I don't think so.
Really?
Maybe he was. Did we get that weapon?
No, we didn't get it, but I mean, there were chests that we missed going through that dungeon.
I'm just saying we didn't get his final weapon, and we chose him to come with us to the finale.
I mean, look, there is so much optimization we could have been doing that we just weren't. And I mean, you know, look, even without the final weapon, that's not even how you're doing damage.
No, it's not.
Like, it's bullshit, though. Okay. What am I doing here?
Tifa's ultimate weapon is supposed to be in here.
Can we fix that kid with in the pipe who's sick?
No, we looked that up, remember?
Yeah.
It is located in Wall Market in the little hut labeled
So we're going back to Walmart.
Yeah, that previously had the malfunctioning security gun.
Oh, I remember that.
This guy are sick.
This guy are sick. Oh, he's gone.
He probably went to the reunion.
Oh. Well, I'm excited to go to the reunion someday.
These folks went wobbling off somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, they said something about the reunion starting. Am I going the right way?
I don't think so.
Tell me where to go.
Left and down.
What are we fighting? Houses? Oh my god, this was like the first thing that we ever
such
fought.
A crazy trip down memory lane. Look, I'm like, it's such a trip down memory lane.
Max damage. It was a week ago.
It was like not even a week ago.
It wasn't. It was like 6 days, 5 days. Oh, these needle colons. These guys are still fast as fuck.
This week, like, it's flown by. Like, I can't believe it's been this many days.
I know.
But I'm also like, man, it's been a really long time. You know what it is?
We haven't even gotten to the lake and gone fishing.
We haven't done shit.
Yeah, we've only done this. Well, because
we didn't do shit, and it feels like it was a day or two.
I would have.
There isn't even fishing in this game, which is crazy to me.
Why the fuck isn't... I just thought of this, but I'm just like... I feel like every game from this time had fishing.
Right? And of all of the things to miss. Like, you get the Mario Kart and you get, like, the roller coasters
You
and
get
everything.
a snowboarding game, you get a submarine game, you get a Mog sex simulator.
No
But
fishing.
no fishing, not even virtual.
We did a day's worth of, like, what you should do in a day and a week, and it felt like a day. I would have gone fishing or something today, but it's like, disc
This
3
seemed more
and
valuable, and
we
also
felt
it's like,
we
I
gotta
don't know, it's like we're
finish
gonna go
this.
what? We're gonna get there and...
I want to find out the answer to that question, actually, but...
Yeah, this is the better idea. This is why we came here, really.
Right, this is why we're here. There is the dangling...
Also, I was sick all day.
Yeah,
Still
there was
sick.
that. There was the dangling,
God, hopefully nothing is seriously wrong
Where
with
the
me.
fuck do I go?
You go up that stick.
Oh, this place. Holy shit, man. Memory lane.
Yeah, we passed the scary playground where we had our first talk with Aerith at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, this whole part is pretty fun just because, like, going back to all these locations, like, we're about to go get Tifa's ultimate weapon, I think, but, like, just walking through the screens again one last time, there's something, like, almost cathartic about it, of, like, this was literally the first thing we saw.
Yeah.
So the item shop up in the middle.
So now it's working?
There you go.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think we cut it out of the Wall Market episode way at the beginning, but there was like a room you walked into and the machine guns would go off and you couldn't step past them.
Well, it was like there was a vending machine, and if you tried to use it, the machine guns would shoot you. And it was like,
guess
oh, the security is broken or
This
something.
is kind of like the way that the Velvet Rope in Cosmo Canyon just like is open later.
Yeah.
Like this is just open
Oh,
later.
totally. I think this would be open anytime you got the key to come back.
There's
here.
no puzzle to it.
Yeah,
You don't have to play the piano.
Just a thing to come back to way later. It would have been nice if each of these like final items had something more involved
Yeah.
than like go to the place and get it. Like
But this one's called Premium Heart.
Beep, beep. So that's that? Yeah, we have 99 heal potion, high potions. It's getting close to Chocobo time. Oh, I can sit down. I'm gonna get the today's special.
I'm in the diner where the first time we were in here, we didn't have enough money to even eat.
and now we can buy all the today's specials that we want.
One today's special. Coming up.
Oh, can we go to the the whorehouse? I don't know if we ever made it inside.
Oh! Yeah, I have 70 gil this time.
can we please go to the brothel?
Yeah, we can go, Ryan. See, last time we came in here, we didn't even have enough money to buy our meal. The whorehouse is down here, right? Oh, we got a guard. The Shinra have occupied this shop.
Yeah, we can't make it in.
The Shinra have occupied this shop.
So I guess the Honeybee Inn is closed.
I'm pretty disappointed by this because I somehow in this moment remembered I think there's a thing we didn't see. I wish they would let you see it here. Like,
Yeah.
why does it have to be closed?
People will remember it was a bummer, but we missed it the first time through.
They love in a Final Fantasy game a group of soldiers taking advantage of a brothel. Here we are in the Don's
man.
house. Remember this fucking place? This feels like so
I'm really gonna miss this
fucking
world when we're
long
done.
ago.
I'm
Yeah,
really gonna miss this.
me too.
Luckily,
Well,
I have it on my phone.
no.
I can just fucking play it whenever I want.
Ryan,
What?
I have even better news for you.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be watching it and all
For a
that, but
year.
it's not the same.
But you're gonna be in this world, talking
Yeah, I
about
know,
this
I
world,
know.
thinking about this world.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I feel like I haven't left it yet.
No, we haven't. And I mean, also at the time, we didn't know the remake was actually imminent.
Yeah,
And
so-
now as soon as we finish this,
We'll have even more.
not like we're gonna leave the world.
But I really feel like we got into it that week, and I have never left.
I feel, yeah. I mean, at what point are we going to start going like, "Where's the door? How do I get out of this world?" Oh fuck!
Probably within
Oh,
the next
shit.
10 episodes.
The point at which you're gonna hear you say that too is a hilarious.
I'm gonna be so fucking sick of all of this. You're right. Then again, you know, this is a game that's stuck with me since I was like
Right.
12 or 13.
No, it's gonna be so fun to go over
Yeah,
all this.
so-
Alright, so it's empty. This is his little fuck room. It's a long walk. Luckily, only part of it has random encounters. And the random encounters are like houses.
Really easy.
Houses are very easy to destroy.
Think about that. That's how awesome we are right now. Houses are very easy to destroy for us.
Yep. It probably has really low defense. You know, I mean,
The
a
house-
house, it can't really defend itself.
No. You know, if you hire the right contractor, though, that was me. I farted.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe she was starting to throw up.
Oh, no.
I'm glad to hear it was just you
I
farting.
wonder if she got altitude sickness.
Yeah. Is there a fast way out of here?
No.
I gotta walk the fuck out?
Yep.
Well, I'm glad to have a final look around Midgar.
Yeah.
I thought there would be, like, more...
Yeah, I kind of did too.
So we leave Midgar.
Yeah, and on our way out, there's the guy who was like, oh shit, I dropped my key back at the dig site, and like, we have his key.
Wait. Can I give you the key?
He's just gonna stay here forever, not ever get home.
No.
We're not going to give it back to him. We're not even going to let him in.
We're not even going to tell him that, yeah, the door's open
Why
now.
can't you give this guy the key? And he goes, oh, thanks a ton. Here's like the W summon or something, you know?
It should be something. I also love that we're sitting there going, like, I'm surprised there wasn't more there to Midgar. At the end of Disc 2 was the real return to Midgar. That was where it all was, and that was, I think, satisfying.
I just kind of thought, like, there would be more little cutscenes or something for you to see of people being like, whoa, avalanche?
I mean, what about Aerith's mom? Like, you should have been able to run into her.
Well, you don't know where she is
Marlene.
because like Kate Sith has like squirreled them away somewhere,
Right.
And he hasn't said where yet either.
He's totally on our side.
It's so weird that you need a key to get into the city. Like, you can't just go there.
And nobody else has, like, opened it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like living in the worst apartment building of all time.
Yeah, if a city worked like an apartment, like an apartment building, that would be terrible. Oh, I was thinking about something.
Sorry. Is the chicken ready?
Let me go get it.
Oh, the Kalm Traveler.
Oh, let's go to Kalm. Do you want to do that while I take this chicken out?
Yeah. And then there's also Battle Square in the,
Oh, well, there's a ton in the gold saucer.
Yeah.
I think it's done.
So we go to Kalm and talk to an NPC that lives here.
My dad just sits at the bar drinking, even though he knows the meteor's coming. It's sad, even though he's an adult. He just doesn't want to see the world as it really is. I don't know what to do. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, my dad found out the entire world is doomed and nothing matters anymore, and all he does is sit at the bar drinking. Doesn't make any sense to me. You'd think he would be inspired to turn his life around.
I
or
don't
something,
get it.
You know?
Yeah, it's cooked through.
Sweet.
And boy, it's gonna be juicy.
Yes.
Oh, I should have made a potato.
You got all the sides.
Oh yeah, that was why I
I went to the grocery store and he bought so much food that I was like, what the fuck are you planning? I was like, we're leaving at 11 a.m. And then we got home and you're like, well, I'm going to be hungry. And then you just like didn't eat until now.
Well, no. First of all, I ate that sandwich and another shit, but no, I forgot about the potato salad.
Yeah.
And the back salad. That's what I...
There's also frozen rolled tacos.
Well, those I figured, because what I was figuring was that we might wind up staying up super late tonight. So that's what the frozen tacos were for. You were also like, what are you planning? Mostly because I was hungry and you were not. And you were like going, oh my god, is this what that looks like?
Well, but I was also like, I mean, we're not going to eat a whole thing of potato salad and a whole thing of macaroni salad and a whole thing. I mean, it's like we're going to leave and throw all this shit away.
Well, I thought that maybe you would make it back home with me.
Oh, yeah, it'll make it back.
1.5.
Because, like, we still have the
What I
frozen
really need.
pizza, too.
Oh yeah.
And ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that makes me feel so much better, like, instantly. Oh, yeah, my stomach is, like, turning on.
Yeah.
So in a building upstairs in the town of Kalm, there's a man who goes by the name the Kalm Traveler.
And he claims to be on a pilgrimage to like visit his ancestors where they lived and shit like that since Meteor is coming, but he's also got some really cryptic clues for you.
He's a clue man.
A map that was sunk along with this ship, guidebook, a rose that blooms every 1,000 years in the desert, desert rose, a harp that soothes those who hear it, earth harp. I wonder if there's anyone who will bring it to me. What the fuck is this guy doing?
What? Is this the Kalm Traveler?
I think so, I don't know though.
These are the 3 items that he's looking for. The guidebook, the desert rose, and the earth harp. In order to obtain all 3 items as part of the last side quest in the game. The last side quest in the game, they call it.
Oh, jeez.
You have to defeat both Emerald Weapon and Ruby Weapon.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought, the rose in the desert, I thought must be the...
Oh, you can get an underwater materia, which removes a timer on the battle against Emerald Weapon.
Oh,
otherwise,
there's a timer?
It's a 20-minute timer.
So we hear that and decide we should go get this underwater materia before we try Emerald Weapon.
Travel to Junon. and back to the road that leads to the underwater reactor.
Okay.
You need to fight an enemy called Ghost Ship.
This fucking puzzle, we're gonna go get the guidebook, is what we are gonna...
Yeah, this is the way you get the underwater materia from the Kalm Traveler. But the clue, if you remember, was he was like, it sank with the ship, something along those lines.
Yeah, we're gonna go into an area in Junon. There's like an underwater aquarium style like tunnel.
Yeah, on the way to the underwater reactor, there's like that underwater tunnel.
There's like a random encounter in here that you have to then morph.
Yeah, it's a ghost ship, and what you have to do is use a materia called morph, which is like when they're very low on health. It's like catching a Pokemon, you know? You gotta wear their health down really low without killing them, and then you morph them, and they turn into an item.
How many times have we mentioned morph yet on this show?
We haven't used
think
it at all
0.
because we don't understand how it works.
Well, we're gonna find out.
But yeah, I mean, the idea of solving this riddle, like getting that clue of being like, it sank with a ship and being like, I remember the ghost ship enemy. I bet you have to morph it.
It's unreasonable. It's totally unreasonable.
Which is why we looked it up.
You can find them in the tube area just below the reactor. Ghost ships can be morphed into a guidebook using morph materia. What?
Wait, we morphed the ghost ship into a guidebook?
That's what it said. Note that morph materia typically reduces a character to 1/8 of a regular attack, and that morph has to be the last attack used to kill the ghost ship in order to turn it into an item. You can get around this by using Yuffie with her Conformer weapon, as this weapon ignores the damage reducing, making it much easier to morph a ghost ship.
If I had fully understood what you just read at the time, as I do now, I would have been like, let's go get the Conformer right now. It would make this easy.
Instead, we keep reading that for the rest of the time we're playing and going, well, that ship has sailed. That ghost ship has sailed.
Yeah.
We never learned how to morph. Sorry, I undercooked the chicken.
No, it's fine. I got some pieces.
I do finally feel like I fully, like, I'm like, oh, I know
We've
this
been
unit,
like
I know this
everywhere
world.
more than once, yeah.
I'm like, oh, Junon? That's the place with the big gun. I know exactly where that is.
She's still in here.
Going down. This floor is the submarine dock. You think Cloud uses product in his hair? Like, when's he doing this? We don't ever take a shower.
You know, maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's just super dirty. So I've got to hurt him, and then the morph has got to be the last move. Is that
That's
it?
what it said.
So it's like catching a Pokemon.
Think? Yeah, I don't think that we're gonna wrap our minds.
Like, I don't think we're gonna be like, oh, morph is so cool because of, oh, here's the ghost ship.
St. Elmo's fire. Oh, that's adorable.
So we accidentally kill the ghost ship.
Yeah, this happens a few times.
Do you know how many hit points a ghost ship has?
Yeah, keep doing this. I think it'll. Yeah, it changed into a guidebook.
Yep.
Fuck yes, dude. Good work.
There we go. Well, but the player's guide had fucking everything in it.
Right. That must have been such a lucrative thing.
I mean, the era before the player's guide was my mom playing that fucking whatever that
Right.
was.
Yeah. That where you're the dot. You're the blinking light.
Yeah.
You're the blinking dot.
From that to this.
And you've got to go around the hotel and check every room.
The hotel.
It was right. Like it was
a
like.
dungeon. It was like there's a bunch of
I thought he
rooms.
said something about a hotel.
I don't think so.
No?
No,
I'll
I
have to
don't
go
think
back
so.
and listen to that.
He might have just said you're just in a place with a bunch of rooms. You know,
I
but
swear to
don't-
God, he used the word hotel.
I swear to God he did not. I was there.
I believe I listened to it a ton of times.
I went back to listen to it, and he does use the word hotel, where he says, like, it's like a 20-story hotel or something like that.
I don't think he says even that.
I'm gonna go...
Go
we're gonna-
listen
we're
now,
gonna-
because I don't think he describes it as being a hotel.
And some of those doorways took you to different levels, and so it was like being in this 200-room hotel.
There it is! It's like being in this 200-room hotel.
But he didn't say you're
That
in a
was where my
hotel.
confusion came, is all I'm saying. I am aware that somehow turned into the game is exploring a hotel in my mind, which is not what it ever was.
It could have been.
But that's the reason that somehow got in my head.
Got it.
Because he did say it's like exploring a 200-room hotel. Probably because every single room is exactly the same, like a hotel.
Yeah, it'd be very easy to explore a hotel. You'd be like, left, open it, Okay, close it.
The way
right.
he explained it there, you know.
I'm with you. I understand where the confusion
Anyway.
came from.
This isn't important.
I could easily be wrong. I will find out. I swear he said you gotta go around this hotel.
That's so baffling to me why you would ever think that at all. All he talked about was like the helmet helped.
The helmet helped
You
him.
gotta get the helmet. Like
a
you get,
weird
like,
hotel. He definitely said the helmet helped.
He did not talk about a hotel.
It doesn't make sense that he would. I'll give you that.
He was like, I don't even know what the game was called.
So, okay. We're going back to give the guidebook to the guy. To get the underwater materia. To go to fight underwater weapon.
To try anyway.
I really like the way these optional super bosses are done, by the way.
That they're like on the world map?
Yeah, they're like clear, like you're gonna run into them.
Yeah.
Like they're not like that hard to find, but they're obviously optional and like big and foreboding. When I replayed 10 when it had its remaster, I wound up like not playing more of it when I ran into some weird optional super bosses that were only in the Japanese release, that were in the re-release, that were like done in a way where I was like, for you to go out and get to level 99 and then fight something.
What do you think Emerald weapon, or what do you think Ruby weapon is? I don't know for sure, but
Let's not. I don't think that it's that hard.
I'm like, the only other time I ran into a true super boss in one of these games, it was like a level of bullshit that is undescribable.
And you're like, and I just appreciate that that's not what's happening here. And I'm like, I really think it might about to be what's happening.
Did you see that it's that hard?
I've just heard over the years of like,
I mean, people...
you know, on the Final Fantasy board, someone would be like, I have a strategy for beating Ruby weapon in 45 minutes, and they'd be like, how the fuck do you do that?
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wait, what?
Like, it's super fucking hard.
Oh, shit, fucks.
I don't remember what the fuck this guy is.
Oh, he's here in Kalm.
That's so cool that there's also a quest associated with these bosses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Totally.
that.
So we go back to the Kalm Traveler.
Show him our guidebook.
I got a lot of questions about the Kalm Traveler. Like, where did he get all of this extremely rare materia? And the knowledge of where to get these items?
You know what?
Who is this guy?
Oh, it's guidebook. Want to trade it for underwater materia? How about it? Trade.
Fuck yeah.
It's underwater materia. Go on, it's yours.
Sweet.
So we get the underwater materia, which is going to remove the timer from the emerald weapon fight.
Yeah, which is like, with the timer, it's a near impossibility to do it. I mean, it's some serious shit.
Man, that one would be so hard to figure out.
A map that was sunk along with the
You'd be
ship.
like, oh, I remember I fought Ghost Ship in that hallway. If you were like, how the fuck?
I don't know, you'd need some kind of guidebook. Are they making
Maybe
a
that's
joke
why they
here?
call it
Like,
that.
is that a bit? Is that the bit?
It could
Like,
be.
You need the guidebook
It
to
even
do
says,
this.
they give you this clue and it says ... guidebook. Maybe that's what the clue is telling you. Go buy the fucking guidebook.
That might be what the actual clue was.
Man, without a...
I would never be able to figure
Like
that
in the
out.
desert, you'd be like, oh, there's the red thing in the desert.
And you would just like be like, I got the Earth Harp when I fought
Yeah,
that monster.
exactly, yeah. But the guidebook, that one, that's the real secret. Like,
Yeah,
that
that's-
thing is... That's crazy.
And without it, it's like impossible
Go
to
use
do
this
this.
materia that you probably never fucking used on this thing. Yeah.
I forgot how good it smells when you cook a chicken in low percentage alcohol, like wine or beer. If I were a kid at this point in the game, I would have been so excited to play this game a second time. I wouldn't want it to end, but I'd be like, I'm gonna start it right the fuck over.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I honestly would be like excited to replay the beginning of this if I wasn't gonna go and analyze the beginning of this.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Because-
If we weren't going to do what we were going to, I'd probably, when I got home, I'd probably just, like, start it up again on my phone. I
That's
wouldn't play
actually
the whole
kind of
thing,
like, no, me either.
But I would just, like, be like,
What-
yeah, let's just, like...
I have been watching other people play this game on Twitch like every week at least once since we got back from the cabin. Like, I've somehow not tired of it, even though I'm so tired of it.
The world is just that rich.
It's really entered my whole being.
But anyway, we enter Emerald Weapon.
Well,
We're
now
gonna
that we
give it a
have
shot.
the
We
underwater
have the
materia,
underwater
we're
material.
ready, right?
Must be ready.
Emerald Weapon. I like his design. He's a big squid monster. That's also mech. Oh,
I don't think so. I don't think we're. I don't
You
think,
don't
it's
think
gonna,
we're ready?
I don't think we're even close.
His opening attack killed Cloud.
Weird. Oh, baby.
Now Barrett's dead, and Sid barely has any health.
Yep. I'm casting fire on him as my opening move, like a jackass. That'll be funny to anyone who's beaten Emerald Weapon before.
Do your hyper jump, Sid.
It went no better than the last time we tried.
Well, here's the thing. We don't have the 20-minute timer keeping us back and shackling our hands anymore.
We don't have that.
No longer. Yeah, okay. So, the Kalm Traveler. We'll have to go back to him when we have all three of those things.
Yeah.
Which is not going to be for a very long time. But maybe it's time for some chocobos.
Yeah, let's just get into chocobos. I don't want to just like grind until we go to sleep. Which I mean, chocobos is kind of like that,
But different.
yeah, we should look up a guide for how to best capture and breed chocobos.
Well, because once we do that, we got to go to the Materia Caves. So you don't think we're finishing this tonight?
No,
Yeah.
I don't even think there's a way to finish it by 11 a.m. when we have to leave, even if we didn't sleep. I don't even think it's possible to do.
Interesting. That would be 13 hours from now.
It might be. It might be. I think we probably have about 10 hours left,
Yeah.
at the most.
Yeah.
There's more than 30 hours of recording left to do.
Well, how close are you to wanting to stop tonight?
I mean, I don't really want to stay up super late if we don't
Right.
have like an objective stuff to do. Really, it's like we got to breed a lot of fucking chocobos, and we've got to grind a lot, and then we got to fight those bosses.
Yeah. I mean, the goal would be to finish the bosses or something, or one of them, or at the very
if
least.
the goal was to finish the bosses, we should just start grinding.
Let's go to Chocobo City
Okay.
and get a change of pace going. So we need to breed a blue chocobo, a green chocobo, a black chocobo, and finally a gold chocobo. Each color of chocobo possess unique characteristics and abilities when you ride them on the world map. And then gold chocobos are capable of crossing all terrain, including oceans, and can travel to unrestricted to any area of the map. That's what we're going to need in order to get to the Materia Caves.
I think that's gonna take us at least 10 hours.
Well, why don't we get started on that and,
Yeah.
and call, like, maybe if we can get a gold chocobo going tonight. Once we get going on that, we'll get a sense of how long it's going to be.
How do we get a gold chocobo?
Okay. So the first step to breeding and racing chocobos is to take the high wind and travel back to the chocobo farm. Enter the barn and speak to Chocobo Bill. Rent all 6 chocobo stables. Each of them will cost you 10,000 gil.
We finally get a breakdown of what all of the greens do.
Yeah.
And it is even more baffling than so many of them are totally useless.
The percentage ones can go fuck themselves.
The Geishel Greens distracts it for 2 turns. The Kraka Greens reduces the chocobo's chance to run away each turn to 33%. The Tantal Greens distract a chocobo for 3 turns. The Pashana ones reduces a chocobo's chance to run to 20%. The Curial one does it for 4 turns, so Curial is probably what we really want. Yeah. Mimit Greens, which is the expensive ones, distracts the chocobo for 1 turn. But it also allows the use of the Choco Buckle.
What is a choco buckle?
You'll require around 25 to 30 Seckless greens, which are expensive, to raise the stats of your chocobos, so make sure that you buy some of those as well while you are at the chocobo's sage's house. I think we bought some, but not that many.
I just bought one of each.
Alright, there are 8 different types of chocobos that you can catch that are described as follows. Terrible, bad, poor, average, fair, good, great, and wonderful.
So you just go out and you catch a mess of chocobos, and then you go see what kind of grade they are, and you keep the good ones. And repeat until you have a bunch of good chocobos.
And then you feed them a bunch of this special greens or something. Mm-hmm. In addition to needing greens for capturing the chocobo, you will also need different nuts for breeding your chocobos. The first nut you require is called a carob nut. They can be stolen using the sterile materia from an enemy called Vlachorordos. You'll need at least 3 of them. The second nut you require is called the Zeo nut. These can be stolen from goblin enemies or obtained as loot after defeating them. They can be found in the forests of Goblin Island. Goblin Island is an island located in the northeastern section of the world map, and you can fly there in the high road.
Oh, we've been there.
Okay. In order to breed blue and green chocobos, you will need to capture either good or great chocobos. You can breed any combination of either good/good, good/great, or great/great chocobos to do this. But great chocobos have the best stats, which will be helpful later on when you race them, so it's advised that you capture 2 great chocobos.
I feel like you're reading instructions to me on, like, setting up a server at my house or something. Like, I'm going, like, so you need 2 of these ports to fit into that one to transfer the file.
We're going to need at least 8 Ethernet out.
The work you're laying out is both straightforward and also I can tell how tedious and mind-numbing this is going to be.
The type of chocobo you've received depends on the type of enemies that surround it. To capture great chocobos, you need to ensure that the chocobo is accompanied by spiral enemies. They look like small gray bugs, and it doesn't matter if it's accompanied by 1 or 2 spirals. Any spirals will do.
Okay.
The gender of your chocobo is chosen as soon as you move them from the outside pen into one of the stalls that you purchased inside the barn. Move your first great chocobo inside the barn and then exit the chocobo farm and save from your game on the world map. Return back and then speak to Chocobilly again. Reset the game if you don't get the opposite gender.
Good God. I hope you're ready for this.
Dude, I'm not done reading.
I know.
I can't believe how much the... Jesus Christ.
While he keeps reading the further instructions, I set off for the Chocobo Sage to get all of our breeding supplies that we're going to need.
Okay, so once you do that, you should now race your chocobos in order to maximize the odds of obtaining a blue or green chocobo. Contrary to popular belief, you do not need to race your 2 chocobos up to S class. All you need to do is win 4 races between your 2 chocobos in order to maximize the potential of breeding a blue or green chocobo. That means that you only have to race one of them, and you should pick the one with the best stats to race. Speak to a character named Chloe, who can be found in the barn. Chloe will tell you which of your 2 chocobos have the best stats. Feed that one around 10 of your sickless greens until its stats discontinue rising, and then travel to the gold saucer to win 4 races with that chocobo. You did not oversell this.
Yeah, I've heard many things about it being a pain in the ass.
Make sure to take some GP as prizes for winning some of the chocobo races in preparation for a later side quest. In order to breed your 2 chocobos again, you will need to fight at least 10 battles without running away. Save your game before you attempt to breed them again, as your great/good chocobo combination will get you either your green or your blue chocobo. You will need to receive the opposite color and gender of your previous chocobo so that you can breed the blue and green and reset the game with the soft reset by holding down all the fucking buttons at the same time and then try again until you succeed. I'm not done. That's just the blue and green.
I know.
We're not even to the black, and then it's the gold. I'm not even going to read this right now because we're breeding a black chocobo. You need a blue and a green chocobo of opposite genders in order to breed a fucking black chocobo, and that's going to be fucking years from now.
There's gonna be a whole other podcast just about this.
What the fuck? Why did we wait?
Man.
Well, I mean, of course.
There was no
when
really way
else
to do
were?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the only time to. That's why the insert disc 3. The picture is just the chocobo race. That's it.
It's like race the fucking chocobos. So you got all that? You ready to do that?
Yeah. Just wondering how many days it's gonna take us. Like, how many more play sessions do we need to do that?
I'm gonna check on this chicken. I don't know the answer to that
Like, that
question.
sounds so fucking crazy. Well, it's fitting that this would be what happens, like, right as the vacation ends. Ugh.
We go to the track?
No, I don't. I gotta catch fucking chocobos, man.
Yeah.
I gotta get 2 great chocobos before I can go to the track.
Why do you turn this fucking thing off?
You hit cancel.
I hit cancel. No, there you go. I did it.
And that's episode 37.
And you have all of that Jeff just explained to look forward to.
Like, I love this episode because it's like consistently dawning on me what's ahead. Like, I was like, I ran into these weird super bosses in FF10.
Right, and you're like, surely that's not what this is going to be like, because this game is really good.
And then we run into him and he instantly kills us. It didn't even seem like any different than 10 hours ago.
Yeah,
when
we're so much higher level, but it didn't even matter.
I mean...
Yeah, Emerald Weapon is a real beast. And the thing is, too, is like, I think in my head, because I knew more about the game and how people talk about it, was more ready for what was coming and how bad it would be, but I still had no clue.
I mean,
Like,
I have
just
no
had-
idea why I was like, I'm sure it's not like that in this. Like, I just was
Right,
like,
I love your
bet it's
assumption when
not.
you're like, and they want you to get to level 99 in those ones, which I'm sure they don't want you to do here.
Why would I not think
I know,
that it would...
I don't know. Why
like,
would...
I think it was just one of those classic things of like, you tell yourself a truth that you want to believe because the real truth...
It totally is. Well, they let you get to level 99, Jeff.
Right.
So what do we think these bosses are for? And on top of that, hearing you read the Chocobo breeding... it's just like...
It's endless.
It's like, this is going to take forever.
I can't believe how exhausted I am literally reading it out loud.
And it's like, you're going to have to fly back and forth from the farm and stuff because you can't breed chickens at the racetrack.
It's like this is going to be... I can't remember. Let me actually see how many episodes of Choco breeding we've got.
'Cause, man, I mean, I remember getting so frustrated by the logistics of the world, going like, really, there's only one fucking Chocobo farm on the planet, and it's not near the only place where you race Chocobos? Like, what the fuck?
Okay, so we have all of next week's thing is Choco breeding, then we leave the lodge, and then go home and continue breeding, and then I think we get it all done by the end of that week. So we've got 2 weeks of breeding, which also spans the end of the cabin trip where we drive home.
Get ready for 2 weeks of hardcore Chocobo breeding.
That's what's up for the next couple of weeks.
Hot, feathery, uncomfortable Chocobo breeding. That's what we got.
Real sweaty.
Yeah, well, those feathers are soft when you rub against the grain, but if you're jumping all up in there, they're just like hedgehogs.
Yeah, does Chocobo breeding work like the horse breeding, where there's like the guy with like the
do you
plastic
think
thing over his
Billy
arm,
is in there,
yeah,
like getting up in the
inseminating,
chocobos? Oh God,
getting a sample? I don't know.
We're paying them for something.
Well, they do the daily stuff.
Yeah, except feeding them.
Except feeding them, exactly.
So that's got to be it. That's got to be what Choco Billy is doing. Getting that whole arm glove.
Exactly.
And just a handful of Chocobo semen.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes in
I'm sorry.
handfuls.
Okay, I'm done.
No, it's good. No live stream message this week. If you're interested in a live stream message, they're just $25 a piece. Just email nocatpodcast@gmail.com. That's NOCKAT with the subject line live stream. We do payments through PayPal, so go ahead and get yourself a message. Tell us what to say.
Please.
And with that, let's end the show and rate and review us on iTunes and all that shit.
Yeah, rate and review us on iTunes. Those stars are apparently good for us.
They help others discover the show.
If you think about the podcast as existing as some sort of other dimensionally body and it's alive, the stars are like nutrition that feed it.
So give us a few of them.
That feed the algorithm.
You gotta feed that beast.
Feed the beast. Rate and review. And if you'd like to support us on Patreon, we have that going. And as always, a huge thank you to our Patreon supporters.
Yeah.
If you're interested in supporting us, that's patreon.com/nocat. That's NOCKAT.
We are slowly trying to produce more bonus content for that feed and have like some more fun stuff going on over there.
As we get towards the end of the season, we're going to have even more bonus stuff surrounding FF7. So head on over, get ready, prepare yourself for the Patreon content. All the bonus episodes are just $1. That also gets you the episodes early. And then there's the video version for $5.
Yeah, and also find us on social media on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
We're at NoCat
Podcast. That's also where we post information about our streaming, which is the thing that we've been doing.
Twitch.tv/NoCat
Generally
Podcast.
on Friday afternoons, but who knows what's going on at this point.
Yeah.
We have merchandise for sale at Etsy.
Etsy.com. Search No One Can Know About This.
T-shirts, mugs, the normal stuff.
Yeah.
And
maybe towards the end of the season, we'll start figuring out a new piece of merchandise. Something cool that people want.
Prepare for next season.
People want something specific. We'll be open to ideas, I guess, if you want to tweet at us your idea for a T-shirt.
Yeah. Just flood us.
Flood us with ideas.
And those are the ways you can support the show. Oh, yes, and always, I'm forgetting this one. Tell a friend about the show.
Oh, shit.
That's the easiest
I always
and
forget.
Least baggy thing we could possibly do.
Why do we start with iTunes when we could start with that?
Why don't we put iTunes last next time?
Let's do it. That's going to be the plan. You'll all know if we hold ourselves to that and remember it when we record that episode. So, in the meantime, please enjoy this dessert. You want to get like a DQ Blizzard? I haven't had one of those since I was a child.
Yeah, sure. Those. I mean, I'd get any sort of.
I think those are like their kind of McFlurry.
Yeah. It's just like it's a mixed up ice cream snack.
All right.
But the thing they do is like they turn it upside down with the spoon in it and nothing falls out. That's how you know that it's legit because it's so thick. It's so thick that it's not coming out of there.
All right. That's what we're having.
Yeah. Needs you to melt it first.
Enjoy.
Before it can come out of anywhere.
Pussy isn't really a word that you use when talking about birth.
Maybe you don't. But I'm gonna start.